I'm your host, B, and this is the Healer's Honey podcast.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of the Healer's Honey podcast. This is really exciting. I am terrible at sticking with things, and this is episode 3. I've consecutively done this for 3 months in a row. I'm really proud of that. I kind of prioritize this. Like I have a lot of homework to do today, but I'm doing this first because this is really important to me. And while my homework is important to me, I also have really good grades and I can afford to be a little late with my homework. But honestly, I'll probably be fine. So as you can see, we have a new addition to the dogs on the couch. Gizmo, senior citizen, been here the whole time. This is Balana. She's our new puppy. She is 8 months old. We rescued her from the local shelter, and she is just a little sweetheart. She's just a little baby. I love her. She's really good. She is a puppy, so she's chewing and, doing some stuff. So we're having to work with her on some things. But she's a really good girl with a lot of potential. I don't know where she came from. Bless you. But she really doesn't seem to be very scared of people. She's a little skittish of cars and things outside, but she's really friendly, really smart, and doesn't seem traumatized. So I don't think she came from a horrible situation. I don't know if she was just a lost and found, or they didn't really tell us very much about her. So we're going off nothing, but we love having her here, and she's been so amazing. I think I'm going to start out this episode by giving some updates, like the puppy. I also had my 28th birthday on March 4th, which I wanted to do more for, but I really didn't. But I didn't really do that much. Kind of just did dinner with the family, hung out with my dude. I kind of don't even remember what I did. I know that I got some new makeup, which I haven't done in actually years, besides some mascara from Dollar Tree and that kind of thing. But I got some really nice tinted foundation and some cool eyeshadow palettes and some nice brushes, and some new setting powder because I'm really into using cream makeups right now. But then I need a powder to set it because otherwise I get all oily and sticky and I don't like that. So got just a few things that I really wanted. Had some nice food, got a dog. It was my birthday, and then I think the next week or 2 weeks after we got the dog. And then 2 days ago was my 1-year anniversary with my beautiful, wonderful partner that I love so much. It's been an incredible, wild ride of a fucking year, but our anniversary was really great. We went to this hot pot place that we really like. We'd only been there once, but we decided to go again. So I'm going to eat some of the leftovers because I'm kind of multitasking here with vlogging or podcasting, and I'm going to eat. So there's that. And then yesterday he got us paddleboards. So we went paddleboarding for the first time. Literally, we went and picked them up, dropped the dogs off, and then went paddleboarding immediately. Luckily, we live about an hour, a little less than an hour from a lake. So the access is pretty easy, and we're probably going to do a lot of that this summer, which is really exciting. I think that's it as far as the life update part. Stop licking at me, you crazy bean. Ugh. Give me 2 seconds to sip. I have not taken one sip of this coffee. I've gotten into this new thing literally only for 2 days. But I'm trying out this new habit where I drink an entire glass of water before I even touch coffee. And I think that's going to be a good habit, especially for over summer. But I was so busy this morning feeding the dogs and making my food and whatever else that I had not even gotten to try that coffee. Speaking, I think I need to, I've been chaos brain this morning. I have just chaos brain this morning. I didn't do my makeup. I threw on some clothes, took care of what I needed to take care of, and I'm here in front of the camera, which is fine. That's great. I'm happy that I'm doing things. But, oh my goodness, I just need to slow down for a minute. Moving too fast, and I can tell in my speech, I get a little stuttery. I say a lot, don't really know the right words that I want to use. If you're feeling that chaos, fast-paced energy, just take a couple of deep breaths with me here. I heard the dog when she took a deep breath. That was really cute. You're so cute. Little hiding pants. And her and Gizmo get along very well. They play together so good. Yeah, you do. And they love each other. They sleep butt to butt sometimes. They both sleep in kennels at night, especially because he's invasive and he sometimes pees. So we just keep him kenneled at night now. And she chews everything to hell, so I don't want her. She would chew. She chews. So we kennel them, which is not a bad thing. They like their kennels. They like their houses. We've worked really hard to train them to know that their kennel is a safe space. So if there's ever an emergency, I am confident in knowing that they will be good in their kennels, and we won't really have to worry about that. So that's good. Podcast. This month, I wanted to talk about mindset, because that is something that I have struggled with for a long time, but I know that it is such a foundation in creating the life that you desire. I know that for me, I have always had big dreams, but when it came down to mindset, I was always so scared and so doubtful. I didn't think I had what it takes. I didn't think it was maybe meant for me. I would doubt that it was ever going to happen, and, oh, this is just too much for me, and I'm never going to accomplish this. And not even to that degree, but sometimes I'd be doing it and I'd be really excited and be like, but really? Can I really do this? And that set me back immensely. Okay, the soup smells really good. I literally need to take a bite of it. It's, oh my God, got so many yummy things in it. And I did not know how much I love Napa cabbage, but Napa cabbage is fucking amazing. In sandwiches and in soups and in whatever. Oh my God, yes. This Thai flavored soup. I love it. I literally love it. I'm sorry. A good portion of this podcast may be me eating my soup, which was not my original intention, but that's what's happening. Mindset. I have been watching a lot of this woman, Mimi Bouchard. She, I think, is about my age, like 27, 28. Her business is doing amazing. She does the Activations app, which is kind of, it's like guided meditations, but it's not really meditation. Puppy outside. Excuse the outside noises. I have the windows open and stuff because it's very warm today. Probably going to turn the air on in a little bit, but excuse that. Anyway, Mimi Bouchard, Activations app. She is like the mindset queen, okay? And I've been like watching her podcasts, and because I saw her on Sahara Rose's podcast, Higher Self podcast, and I just like fell in love with her, and she's so adorable and she's so authentic, and I love everything that she has to say. And so her Activations app is kind of, it's like pep talks and things of that nature. with music in the background. So it's like trying to get you in that mindset of whatever it is. And there's ones for like your, your health, your physical health, your financial health, your mindset. There's so many different ones that they have on the app. But she created it as an alternative because she can't just sit there and meditate and whatever, which a lot of people really struggle to do. So she created this as an alternative that's a little bit more engaging, a little bit more upbeat. You're not just sitting and oming, and it's more it's more momentum in it than that. So for the people who can't sit still and can't think that they can't meditate or feel like they don't want to meditate or whatever it is, I would really recommend her activations. They're incredible. I even pre-ordered her book. Actually, she's got a book coming out next month, all about mindset and how it really affects your whole life. Because she came from like really little money, working a lot of jobs, doing all this stuff. And now she's like, got it fucking made, dude. And I look at her story and I'm so inspired. And it's like, damn, if she can do it, why can't I? I love other people who have a similar background as me and just fucking went for it and got what they wanted and what they deserve out of life. I love that. It inspires the shit out of me and motivates me to keep going and doing what I want to and what I need to be my best self and live my best life. So the whole thing with mindset is like, what you think and what you speak is going to become your reality. For a long time, I said horrible things about myself, about my life. I didn't really want to be here. It's kind of a miracle that I'm sitting in front of this camera right now at all, and that I'm 28 years old. Like, wow. Wow. Okay. I literally, just a couple months ago, I was questioning whether or not I was going to be living in my car. I was broke. I had no real plans for my future. I had the same dreams that I've always had, but I had no plan for how to get there. I just was like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen someday. No action plan. I was really looking into like alternative lifestyles, like work trading, which I've done before, and it was a really hard lifestyle to live in a little RV on somebody's property and just like work for them for pretty much no rent, but you still have to find ways to make money on top of that, and living minimally like that is hard, especially if the conditions of where you're at suck. So that was something I was looking into doing again, but I really didn't want to. And I think at this point I had maybe started school. And honestly, when I started school, I thought it was a fucking joke. I thought school was lame. I was never expected myself to be a college graduate. I wasn't even a high school graduate when I signed up for college. Like, yes, I'm 28 and I just started last year. However, I never finished high school. I didn't even have my GED, nothing. Which, that's actually another thing that I did this month. I got my GED. So, yay. Which the main reason I even got my GED was because the financial aid that I get from, I think, the state or federally or whatever to go to college, they will cover the tuition of my classes, but they will not give me any cash money to go to school if I don't have some kind of diploma or GED from high school. So I got that. So next semester I should also be getting some more money that way, which will be so nice. I'm actually planning to put a lot of that money towards possibly like a yoga teacher training certificate thing. And I want to do the spiritual life coaching certificate from Sahara Rose's Higher Self Institute. Those are like my two goals. Like, I want to put all that money towards furthering my education, because I really don't need to buy books. My living expenses are covered, thank goodness. All of that stuff. So I'm really excited. But I never thought that I would be here. I literally, like I said, I thought it was a joke. my dude had gone through the community college and he was getting ready to go to UC Davis. It's a wonderful school. I'm so proud of him that he got in there because it's amazing. And I was just like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. And I was like, I'm kind of smart. Maybe I'll just go. Maybe I'll just go and see what happens. And luckily I've been able to do a lot of stuff online, which was really good, especially in the beginning because I had such bad anxiety. I tried to take an in-person class. I would show up, cry really hard in my car, and leave. Like, I think I went in for one class. And I loved it. Once I got in there and I started talking to people and like doing the stuff, I was so excited to be there. But then every time I tried to go, I would just melt down. And this was a common thing for me for years, like pretty much my entire life. As from a small child to very recently, I would just have meltdowns and not want to enter a room. And I would leave. I would cry and fight for a long time. And eventually I would just go home. And that does not look very good to, employers. So I have been fired a lot. Luckily, the job that I have now is easy and very lax. And people kind of call out all the time. So they're not really like tripping. They're kind of like need workers, I guess. So it's a little bit easy. If I'm having a really, really, really bad day and I just can't handle my shit, I can call out without very many major consequences, which I'm actually grateful for, because there's so many jobs that, you dick around so much that they start really looking at you and they're like, hey, you maybe need to find another job, or we're gonna let you go, or whatever, which I have had happen for shitty part-time jobs too. Just being unreliable and not being centered enough to be there. But I think a lot of this too had to do with me getting sober. When I got sober, a lot of my anxiety and my fear and my paranoia, my insecurities just kind of vanished. And there are still things that are there. Do not get me wrong. But there are still a lot of things that are there that I work with when they show up, but a lot of it disappeared, and I was able to go and get this job. So I was taking my online classes, went and got my job. I've been showing up to my job more than I've shown up to a lot of other jobs. And a lot of it too, like on my way to work in the morning, I have a playlist. That playlist is the perfect amount of time for me to get in my car and warm it up and drive to work. And it's every single song is like, there's the Throat Chakra song by Peachka. There is a lot of Queen Herbie on there, okay? Vitamins, Thank Goddess. 5D, I really like 5D right now. There's this song, Higher Self. I forget who it's by, but it's these two girls and they're so cute and I love that song. It's kind of on some like being some gangster and being your baddest self, but it's got these really like chill vibes. Lots of Sahara Rose on there. Trust Flow, that's a big one, which is actually even my ringtone. So when people call me, it's all trust, flow, surrender, let go. It's marvelous. What else? I don't even know what else off the top of my head, but just some good shit. There's one song by Bia. It's a Whole Lot of Money. So I really do money manifesting. There's one by Moonlight Scorpio that's money mantras. So my whole playlist is kind of curated to get me in this vibe of I'm good enough. I trust the universe. I trust myself. And I'm going to make a fucking lot of money right now. Like, it's good. Like, it's good. And a lot of times, too, I've noticed I've been trying to kind of play with this thing of manifestation was something I kind of was iffy about because I was like, yeah, if you manifest it, it'll happen. And I would try to manifest certain things and they wouldn't happen. So I'd be like, oh, maybe manifestation is just like a joke. Maybe it's something that some people notice in their lives and other people's don't, but it's not like a real thing. But then I started waking up in the mornings and I would start talking about like my job. So I'm a delivery driver. And so I would say like, oh, I'm going to have a really good partner today. I'm going to have a really easy, good route, or I'm going to be at least somewhere that I like, because certain places suck to deliver. Like, fuck Berkeley. Okay, like, Berkeley is great as, like, a place to visit and hang out or whatever, but working and delivering stuff in Berkeley fucking sucks. Oakland, Richmond, they suck. I love them in their own essence. Like, they're great places, but not for working, okay? Like, the streets are small, it's so busy, and it's awful. Awful. But, you know, there's other places I like. Santa Rosa. Love it. Please, God, always send me to Santa Rosa. Like, there's certain places I'm just like, yes. So I've been playing with the idea of waking up and trying to be my best self and my best mood. I'm like, you know what? Today I'm going to be in this sick spot. I'm going to have a good helper, and maybe I'll get a fat tip, like, you know? And there's been a couple times where I got tipped anywhere from $5 to $50 on those days that I said I'm going to get tipped and I'm going to make money. And that to me is crazy. Like, that's kind of for me, and that's not a big thing, you know? Tipping is very iffy. Where I'm going to be sent to every day is completely different. Like, these are real variables. And so I think it's been kind of fun and neat to see that when I really believe, yes, this is going to happen for me today, it happens. Like, I think there was only one time when I was like, don't send me somewhere shitty, but I had this gut feeling I was going to go there, and they sent me there that day. But I still ended up getting a tip, so that was, like, really cool, actually. So it kind of was like, okay. I knew it was coming, but I still got the tip that I kind of manifested, and it was dope. But as I've been going through all of these new things, I noticed that my mindset always comes back and connects me to the things that I want. When I believe something, when I want something so much that I just feel it in my bones and I'm like, yes, this is going to happen for me, it almost always does. And that feeling, if I can say, oh, I'm going to get all these good things are coming to me, I get hyped. I feel good. I feel confident. I feel like trusting and secure. And when you feel good like that, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm just going to say you give off these vibes, exude this energy, okay? And when you have this energy, people notice it, and the universe notices it, and things come your way. People might talk to you more, which might lead to a networking opportunity, which might lead to a job, which would lead to money. You know, like, things happen, and it's incredible. It's so incredible. And there are days, man, I have some customers, and they're like, oh, can you help me, get this thing in this place? And it's like, tough. It's going to take me extra time. I might get in trouble with my boss for being a little bit late, but I'm so kind and I'm willing to help, and I'm in a good mood, and I just, don't care that much. I'm like, yeah, I'll help you, whatever. That's when I get tipped really good, because I'm connecting. And a lot of people I know at my job would be like, oh, I don't have time, I'm sorry, I gotta go. They would not want to be there. They wouldn't engage with the customer. Just not feeling it. And I get that. I have my days where, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to do this. This is good for me to do this, so I'm going to do this. And I'm usually rewarded. It's all about changing that, I don't want to do this, to here's an opportunity, what am I going to do with it? And there were a lot of things in my life I was like, man, I don't want to do this. But rerouting them into, like, really presenting them to yourself as an opportunity and laying out the options of what good things could come from it changes, and it makes you more excited about it, makes you more willing to do it. And when you're willing to step into new things like that, you're just gonna get so many good things from it, whether it's lessons and growth, or new friends, or business partners. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. Even I've been, kind of trying to network with some of my coworkers, because everybody's interested in, like, starting their own business and doing their own thing. And I'm going for business management right now. That's going to be my major. So I'm like so excited. And I knew this too. As soon as I was talking to one of my coworkers, I was like, this is a good opportunity. And I'm shy. I'm so shy at work, but I was like, jump on that. And so I did. And so far, so good. I'm making connections. I'm getting out of my little box that I've been in. And I feel like my future is this oyster that is just like opened. And it's like, hello, my pearls are here for the taking. And I'm going to take all those pearls. I'm gonna take them. I'm going to polish them up. They're going to be mine. But, see, and I know, like, changing your mindset and just being, like, positive, like, it's not that easy. It took me years of practice. Anytime I have a doubtful thought, I was watching this podcast with Activation Vibration, or she did like a Zoom thing with people, and she posted it. I was rewatching it, and this girl says, well, what do you do when you have negative thoughts? She was like, I stop them in my tracks. I say, nope, you are not good for me, and wave it away and replace it with something good. And I've been working on that for so long, but now every time I do that, I just see her in my head, like, nope. And I'm like, all right, Heather, like, we got this. I love so much to find people that resonate with what I'm doing, and I kind of feed off their vibes. I really do, because I'm watching a lot of women podcasters right now who are doing incredible things and are living amazing lives, and I'm just getting so inspired by them and their words and their mission statements and purposes and whatever. It just resonates so much with who and what I want to be, and having that, even though they're not like my friends, like I can't talk to them or whatever, having that kind of confirmation that, oh, there are other people who want this, there are other people who are doing this, it's like, it does kind of feel like a hug, like being held by the universe. Like, yes, it's possible. You're good. This can happen for you, you know? And it's just such a nice feeling. So I've been really, really into just watching a lot of really positive people lately, and following, like, really changing what I'm watching and consuming on social media, and even through TV and movies a little bit. I've been feeling like some of the stuff I watch is a little bit more draining. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I should, stop and change up what I'm doing a little bit. But having positive influences and sources and things like that being fed to you, instead of having all of this doubt. Like, I had some really big doubters in my life, and I used these podcasters and their words of wisdom to motivate me and to help reframe some of the things in my head. And I read a lot of self-help books too. That, like, I haven't read fiction in a really long time. I'm really into self-help. So between that and, and on YouTube too, there's a lot of like, oh, how do you manifest? How do you reframe your thoughts? How to unlearn things? There's a lot of that information out there, like so much. And I've just spent a lot of time researching and even taking notes and like really practicing a lot of these things. And it is not easy at first. And it feels like this really big, difficult mountain to climb. But once you get into these practices and you continue to work on them, and you're just mindful, even if you don't, because I used to be really hard on myself if I wanted to try something like that and couldn't do it, or would, like one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. I would be kind of hard on myself. And I started, really a lot of my changing of my mindset started by acceptance. Acknowledging, okay, I said something bad to myself, or I feel this type of way, and I don't want to feel that type of way, but that's just how I feel right now. And just being like, yo, you're not perfect. This is where you're at right now, but at least you're aware of it. And finding the positives even in that moment of at least I'm aware. And being aware, I can work on changing it. I don't have to be perfect right now. I'm learning, just acknowledging that I'm learning, I am new, and accepting that and giving myself grace. I had to learn to give myself grace. And that was, even still sometimes, man, I'm like, I'm not good enough. But then I look around at my life and all of the things that I have changed in such a short amount of time, and I'm like, oh, what? Like, I'm so cool. Like, look at me go. And I get really proud of myself. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be proud of myself because that's bad to be conceited and whatever. But then I'm like, no, like, I'm allowed to give myself praise for doing good things in my life, for changing my life. Like, I am allowed to reward myself and to feel good about myself because I am really making progress, and where I've come from and where I'm at now is a huge difference, like night and day difference. And it all took baby steps and a lot of failure and a lot of feeling really bad. But I always wanted to try again. I'm not much of a quitter. I mean, okay, it depends on the situation. When it comes to my deep passions and the things that I feel really connected to and like my soul purpose and the person I want to be, I can't quit. Even if I want to quit and give up and just say fuck it and do all these other things, I literally can't. I don't know what it is in me. There is some fire, pull, something that just knows what I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to be. And I can't stop chasing that. Even in my deepest, darkest moments, all I want is to be better. And a lot of that comes with just knowing that if you want to, you can. There's so much, like I said, so much information out there. You can learn anything. You can learn so many things for free from the library, the internet, you know. YouTube has really been one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I've learned so much from YouTubers, and I am so grateful for that platform. It's absolutely insane. Anything from, you know, music production to physical health to mindset stuff and manifestation and whatever, like literally whatever, how to play guitar. Like, I've learned so many things from YouTube. I'm so grateful. And it changing your mindset is really hard. I cannot stress that enough. It is really hard. It will feel impossible at times. But as long as you continue to do little things to improve your mindset, have a playlist, have an activity that you do, journal, write out your dream day from the point of view of living in that dream day. I wake up and the sun is shining and, you know, I have my cup of coffee in my garden, like whatever it is. Or maybe like I wake up in my penthouse and satin sheets and I've got, you know, $10,000 on my nightstand. Like literally whatever it is, just write about it. And if you're not a writer, do a voice recording. Voice recording is so powerful. That is another thing that I've been doing for myself. I have, I think, at least one guided meditation on this, but I recently did technically it's like Mimi Bouchard's activations, I think, but it's, I didn't put any music to it or anything fancy, but it's me telling myself pretty much that I'm a badass. I'm capable. I am confident. I am living my best life, and I'm already living my dreams, and things are only going to get better. And it's this whole pep talk that I've done. It's like a 10-minute pep talk, and I try and play it in the morning, especially when I'm having a rough morning. I will play that, and it helps so much to just remind me where I'm at, where I've been, where I'm going, and that it's all going to be worth it in the end. There's another song actually too that I listen to a lot. It's called Belief Affirmations. I forget who the artist is, but the picture is this girl. She's sitting on like this throne, and I listen to that almost every single day. And that song has been such a fucking catalyst in my entire like glow up, dude. Like, it is such an empowering song. And some of the stuff that I listen to, I'm not even gonna lie, it is a little bit cheesy. And the first couple times I listened to it, I was like, oh my god, like, am I really listening to this right now? And now I'm like, this is my jam, dude. Like, the vibes that it just gives is so, ooh. Like, the mindset that it puts me into, I just feel so good and so confident. And like I said, when you get to that point where you can embody those feelings of just, yes, it is going to happen for me. I am capable. Like, things just fucking happen. It is so wild. It is so wild. And you can't always have these super high expectations. You just have to know that at some point, good things will happen to you if you continue to be open to them, willing to accept them, and not continue to deny them because you don't feel like you're good enough or like it's meant for you in your life. Because if you have to put yourself out there, you have to get a little uncomfortable, try some new things out, and have just this sense of maybe this will be good, and really pull on that. Even though it's a maybe, just be like, maybe this will be good, and feel that. And it's so, like, the things that come from that are incredible. And fighting doubts, it is an intense battle, let me tell you. But like I said, the more that you practice, and like, yeah, every time I have a bad thought and I'm mindful of it and I'm like, this is not helpful to me, this is making me feel bad, and I feel things in my body too. That's such another thing. Are you thinking and your heart's racing and you just feel kind of sick, or you feel heavy and tired and you're like, what are you thinking about? When your body feels icky, what are you thinking about? Is that helpful to you? Is part of the thought process that you're having right now, are you in some kind of shitty loop that's just making you feel bad? Cut it off. Stop it. Say, all right, these are situations in my brain. Maybe they're things that are stressing me out right now, but in this very moment, I do not need to think about them. What can I think about aside from all those icky feeling thoughts? What can I think about that is going to change the way that my body feels? You can think about trickling water at your favorite lake or ocean or river or whatever. You can think about the breeze in the trees. You can think about your favorite food. You can think about something you're excited for. If it's a concert, a birthday party, you're gonna have tea with your friend next week, like whatever it is. Oh, your dog is so cute when it sleeps on you, you know, look at how the dog, you know, like little, it doesn't have to be anything big, and it doesn't have to be anything like super spiritual and deep or whatever. It just, think about something small that makes you feel really good. And then take that feeling in your body. Just be like, oh yeah, things can be good. And then when you start saying, oh, things can be good, how good can they be? What do you want in your life that's amazing? What do you have in your life that's amazing? And just feel all of those things. Just feel them. And you will just, maybe not right away. It takes some time, and the more you do it and the more you practice, the better and faster it works. But you'll feel good. And when you start to feel good, you'll be willing to try more things. And when you try more things, like I said earlier, there's more opportunity. And when opportunity strikes, You never know what could happen. And a lot of times it's good things, whether it's personal growth, financial growth, just a change in your life that's going to lead to something dope. You literally never know. But it's just so important to put yourself out there and try. And you don't always have to feel amazing before you try something new. You just have to be willing to break the habits that have been holding you back. Like, I have had so many bad habits over the course of my life and bad thought patterns that have really just kept me in this little box, scared of everything, didn't want to. Man, there was times I literally would not even leave my house without somebody with me, and even with somebody with me, I would like panic almost. Like, I could not hang. But now I'm at this place. I can do all these things by myself that I really never thought that I could do. And it took a lot of time to get to where I'm at. But a lot of it was just changing my mindset from I don't think I can to watch me. And also just not stressing about it so much. I tend to overthink things and think of the worst case scenario. My last therapist actually told me that I probably have some OCD because I tend to catastrophize every little thing. And I'm always trying to be prepared for like the worst case scenario. Every time I get in a car, I think that I'm going to crash and die. So I'm like looking for the escape routes and like thinking about how I'm going to like break out of the car if we crash and like, you know, just like real worst case scenario shit. But trying to just let go of all those kinds of things and know that no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. Like, I've made it through so much stuff this far. And I'm getting better. So I don't see how there can be anything in my life that's so bad that I'm not going to recover from it at this point. I do not know what they put in here. But that flavor, that Thai flavor, oh my god, so good. I have literally no idea how long I've been rambling on about this stuff. And I know it's not super structured. It's not super perfect. This is probably one of my weirder, not weirder. I don't even know what this podcast is. I don't know how to describe it. I'm a little bit all over the place because I've had a lot going on. I haven't felt the best, but I'm still trying to be here and I'm trying to show up, trying to feel good. So I'm proud that I'm even recording this right now, but I know it's a little off. I'm sure. I'm sure you can tell it's a little off. But seriously, and I know I said it last time too, but that Atomic Habits book that talks about the 1% change, if you can just continually change 1% of your life, get really comfortable with that 1% change another 1% of your life, over time it just accumulates to such big things. And when you see all the change, and sometimes you won't even notice it, but then you really just have to stop and like look at your life and be like, okay, where was I a year ago? Where am I right now? And you will see so much difference. It's wild. And it just feels so good. Oh my god, it feels so good. And sometimes it's even kind of scary. I can't even explain why or how, but sometimes seeing that change for me, I get a little overwhelmed. I almost get scared. I'm like, whoa, like things are so different. And I have not been very good with change over the course of my life. That is something I have struggled with very much. But I'm learning to accept it a little bit more, to embrace it a little bit more, and to
just enjoy things as they come, and to let go of things in the past, whether they were good or bad or whatever. I have a lot of weird nostalgia, emotional nostalgia stuff that happens in my brain. Like a lot of people get, wintertime sadness. I legitimately get summertime sadness. All of the feelings, they feel so nostalgic. And in my life, there was so much shit that a lot of really cool and good things happen in summertime. Sometimes a lot of bittersweet things happen in summertime. A lot of things just happen in the summertime for me in my life. And so there are moments where the sun hits me just right and I have a flashback and I'm like, oh my God. And I just need to like sit and feel this weird feeling. It's kind of like a flashback sometimes. I'm in a different time, in a different moment. I'm feeling things that I felt before. It's overwhelming. But I'm learning to like accept it, feel it, remember it, see where I'm at now, and know that things are different and they're good, and that I can let go of that stuff and move on. Because for a long time, especially with all my depression and my shitty shit, like good things happening would make me feel bad because it was so unfamiliar and I was used to feeling bad all the time. So good things scared me physically, deeply. Like they would make me sick and anxious and like scared, like so scared. And now I'm learning to not be so fearful of good things and to kind of process them a little bit better. I've gotten a lot of good processing practices that I use to help me really accept things and be able to move forward instead of getting stuck in these loops. I'm really bad at getting stuck in loops, cycles, and I'm learning to break the cycles. And it's real. All this stuff, man, all this stuff that I talk about in all of my episodes, it is a lifelong process. It is not something that you just, I'm going to do this. You start it, 30-day habits type shit. It's every day of your life forever. If you want to be your best self, your highest self, every day of your life for the rest of your life, you will be working to improve, to relax, to achieve, to chill the fuck out. It's a process. It is definitely a process. And I am really grateful that I am where I am in it. And I know the things that I know. And that is why I started this podcast, because at this point in my life, I feel like I have not only the information, but the experience of overcoming so much that I'm comfortable sharing. Because this has always been a passion of mine, like sharing things to others about how to be your best self and how to deal with trauma and stress and shit when shit is shitty. But for a long time, I would not let myself do this because I was still living in active trauma. Things were happening to me all the time. I was extremely depressed. I was scared, easily manipulated. Just really living in fear and not practicing what I wanted to be preaching. And now that I'm in a place, oh man, it's really exciting to feel that I'm actually in that place that I've been wanting to be in for so long. And like I said, it's not perfect. I've actually been kind of in a funk the last couple days, weeks. I don't know why. And it might be the weather change. It really might be the weather change that it's getting all summery and I just feel kind of weird. And my life is so different than it was last year, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Like, it is so incredibly different. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. And I think I need to work more on avoiding burnout by doing a little more regular self-care and energetic hygiene. I do a lot of things on a semi-regular basis that are good, but I think I need to almost schedule myself. I really like schedules and routines and plans. I like spontaneousness. I think it's spontaneity. Don't quote me on that. I like certain things to be spontaneous. Do not get me wrong. But I also really thrive on structure. So I think I do need to implement a little bit more self-care as a structured thing. Like for a while I steal a lot of things from Bob's Burgers. I absolutely love that show. Like Linda and her Dutch baby with the episode with the candy cane driver. I eat Dutch babies on like a regular basis. I didn't even know what they were, but now I eat them all the time. They're amazing. And spotter days, when her and Jean were doing their spotter days, I work on Saturdays, but when I come home, if I am not too sleepy, because I don't want to fall asleep in the tub, but if I'm not too sleepy and I'm feeling it, I will, take a really nice like bath. I'll put oils in it. I'll have like incense burning. I'll put my little crystals. I got these really nice shelves in my shower, actually. They're just like built-in shelves that are just cool. So I'll line up the lowest one with all my little crystals and my little figures and do like a really nice bath. I'll put on like meditation sounds. I really like Tibetan flute stuff. Like that is my shit. I love it. So I have my flute music and my nice little bath, and I got these dim lights and my salt lamp, and I'll really just like decompress and I wash away. I make it a ritual to just wash away and soak away all of the shit from the previous week. So spotter days are something I really want to get back into because I haven't been doing them, honestly. But yeah, just taking the time to connect with myself and my body and to figure out what I want, where I'm at, how to get where I'm going. And just energetically reset myself so I can feel good and I can embody the great feelings that I want to have, and that will help me in my manifesting of my goals and will help me to be the confident person who will take the steps to achieve the things that I need to accomplish and acquire all of the things that I dream of. So I'm sure this episode has been really long. Like I said, I did not set a timer this time, so I have no clue how long this has been going, but I have been rambling for quite a bit. Overall, summary, mindset is important. Start slow and learn ways to feel good and stop your negative thoughts in their tracks. Just stop them. As soon as you recognize that you're having a negative thought or a negative feeling, fucking hit that pause. Fucking pause button. Take a deep breath. What am I thinking? How is it making me feel? What can I think about instead? These thoughts do not serve me. Shoo them away. Shoo, shoo. Go away. They're gone. Bring in something new. Something good. It will take time, it will take practice, but once you get into the habit of it, you will notice a difference in yourself and your life. And you'll be like, holy shit, wow, this is incredible. What have I been doing all these years? I go back all the time and I'm like, damn, what was I thinking? But then I'm like, you know what? I needed that. I needed those periods of time to learn those lessons so that I can be where I'm at now. And I have the tools that I have because of those experiences and seeking out answers, seeking out better. So don't stop trying. Keep trying to be better, to feel better, to learn more, to experience more. This life is the only one that you will have in this body, in this time. If you believe in reincarnation or not, it still applies. This, your body, your name, your life that you're living now, this is the only one of these that you will ever get. So take advantage of that. Don't let people scare you. Don't hold yourself back. If you don't want some mundane life, you don't have to live some mundane life. And if you do want some mundane life, you can totally live that, but romanticize it and make it fucking epic in its simplicity. Like, really, really enjoy what's going on as much as you possibly can. Because everything in the end will be so much more worth it. So much more worth it. You'll just be like thrilled by the end of everything. Like, I'm actually really excited to get old. I've always been excited to get old, especially as time goes on, because my life is getting even better. And I'm like, damn, I can't wait to be old and like look back on my life and just like, it's just gonna be so cool. Like, I'm so excited. Because I am working to make things epic. So seriously, go and try and make your life epic. Like, you can totally do that if you want to. Simply or outrageously. Like, just do whatever it is that you feel called to do. Whatever you want, do it. Be it. Find resources. Find communities. Find it within yourself. Because it's there. You know deep down what you want. Who you want to be. There are so many tools available to you. Find them. Use them. Practice them. And if you feel like it, share them with others. Pass them on. It's like I said, this life is the only one that we have. And it is so important and magnificent when you fully embrace all of the opportunities that you have to make it feel so dope. So I think I'm going to call it for episode 3. I know this was crazy and all over the place. Think what? I did January was my intro. Last month I did like love. I think this month I was actually going to do embodiment. Maybe that's also what I did. Embodying love maybe was my last one. I don't even know. This month was mindset. So I have no idea what I'm going to do for next month. Every time I just kind of feel my intuition and be like, okay, what did I use or do or feel this month? And then at the end of the month, I record it and put it up on the podcast places. So I have no idea what's coming in the future, but if you're curious to find out, stick around and we will go through this journey together. See you next month. Thank you so much for supporting the Healer's Honey podcast and project. Please like and subscribe or follow to stay up to date with future content. I'm your host, B, and I'll see you next time.